Hey there, CPA Club community. I'm Chris Vanover, and welcome back to our 5-point series. Today, we're diving into one of the AICPA's newest quality management standards, SAS 146. It's actually one of 4 new quality management standards, but this one is all about enhancing audit quality at the engagement level. So let's get started and break down the top 5 points you need to know. Point 1. SAS 146 actually aligns very closely with SQMS number 1, and that's not a coincidence. It was released with that standard. Now, we've all seen and heard a lot so far about SQMS number 1 and how it sets quality management standards at the firm level, and this is by far the most significant of the new quality management standards, and most folks are really focused on that right now, especially with the implementation deadline of December 15th, 2025 coming up pretty fast. But here's the thing, SAS 146 is another one of these new quality management standards that needs your attention. And it takes the principles of SQMS number 1 a step further by applying them not just at the firm level, but bringing them down to each individual audit engagement. Point 2. Some partners aren't going to like hearing this, but SAS 146 makes engagement partners fully accountable for audit quality. From planning all the way through final reporting, the engagement partner is responsible for setting the tone, guiding the team, and making those crucial decisions that impact audit quality. But this accountability isn't just about managing tasks, it's about ensuring every single phase of the audit meets our professional standards and our regulatory requirements. So the engagement partners are expected to stay actively involved from beginning to end, making those key judgments and leading the team to deliver a high quality audit. SAS 146 really reinforces the importance of leadership and a commitment to quality at every step. It's really about creating a culture where quality isn't just a goal, it's embedded in the entire audit process from start to finish. Point 3. Ethics and independence remain central in SAS 146. Now you might be thinking, aren't these already required by the other standards already? You're absolutely right. Ethical guidelines and independence have been foundational in auditing for years, so that's not new. But what SAS 146 does is it embeds those values directly into the quality management framework for each individual engagement. So that standard requires engagement teams to actively identify, evaluate, and address any threats to independence that could impact the objectivity of the audit. So by making those checks a built-in part of every audit engagement, SAS 146 really ensures that ethics and independence are continuously managed and reinforced at the ground level, not just at the firm level. Point 4, rigorous documentation and review standards. Now, while documentation has always been a requirement in our existing standards, SAS 146 really raises the bar by setting higher expectations for capturing those significant judgments, particularly in complex audits. It doesn't treat documentation as a mere formality. Instead, it emphasizes documentation as a crucial part of the audit process. That means not just recording your decisions, but clearly outlining the rationale and the context behind each major judgment. So for auditors, it's about creating that record that future reviewers can follow, allowing them to understand not just what decisions were made, but more importantly, why. And finally, point 5, professional skepticism and awareness of unconscious bias. Now, again, you might be wondering, just like some of the previous points, what's really net new here? After all, these concepts have always been core principles in auditing. But what's new with SAS 146 is, again, how it formalizes these principles within the quality management framework at that engagement level. This means that both of these concepts aren't just individual practices, they're now team-wide responsibilities that fall under the engagement partner's oversight. So SAS 146 goes beyond just asking auditors to simply be skeptical. It builds skepticism and objectivity into the structure of engagement quality management, making them priorities that are actively monitored throughout the audit. So there you have it, 5 points about SAS 146, which aligns the individual engagements with the firm-wide quality management framework of SQMS number 1. If you're interested in learning more, check out our blog by going to cpaclub.cpa/resources/blog for a deeper dive into each of these points. With that, I hope you enjoyed this 5 points, and I look forward to seeing you next time.